I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and your support means the world. A like, a comment, a share, everything counts. I read every single one. Thank you. My name is Mara Ellis, and if regret had a flavor, mine would be sharp and metallic, like the edge of the glass I shouldn't have touched that night. I kept telling myself it was just one drink, a casual night with co-workers, nothing serious. But one careless sentence slipped from my lips, and it shattered my marriage in an instant. My husband Alden was steady and gentle, without ever seeming weak, warm and kind without being dull. He was the kind of man whose laughter could fill a room, whose small gestures, the sticky notes on my coffee mug, the soft morning kisses, made life feel lighter. And I was a storm he had learned to navigate. I didn't realize how much I relied on his calm until I disrupted it myself. That night, the apartment felt suffocating, weighed down by routine and the monotony of work. When my co-worker Callie asked me out for drinks, I agreed without hesitation. Alden didn't mind. He never did. Have fun, he said, pressing a gentle kiss to my forehead. Text me when you're heading home. His words were effortless, casual, caring, as natural as breathing. I should have stayed home. God, I should have. At the bar, the air was lighter, the laughter louder, my guard lower. I drank too fast, laughed too freely, and let myself unwind. I wasn't unhappy, just restless. Restlessness mixed with alcohol is dangerous, especially when your tongue loses its filter. It happened so suddenly. We were talking about long-term relationships, marriages, the usual conversation after a long week. Callie joked about me always being the responsible one, the married one, the settled one. And I, careless and tipsy, laughed and said, sometimes I wish I'd married someone more exciting. A few gasps, a few raised eyebrows. Kelly looked at me, confused. Mara, what does that mean? I try to laugh it off. I don't know. I just mean Alden's sweet, but sometimes sweet can feel predictable. Predictable. The word hit me first, like a dagger to my own chest before it even reached his. I didn't notice Rowan, a co-worker from another department, approaching us to ask about another drink. I didn't know he'd heard every word. I didn't know he was friends with Alden. The next morning began normally, sunlight spilling into the apartment, Alden humming in the kitchen, breakfast cooking. But beneath it, something felt wrong. And then, around 11, the weight hit. Alden entered the living room, holding his phone. His face wasn't angry. Anger would have been easier to bear. It was quieter. Something that felt like understanding, but only after a crack had formed inside him. Mara, he said softly, can we talk? My heart dropped. Of course. What's wrong? He sat near me, just out of reach, and placed his phone on the table. I got a message from someone named Rowan. He said you were out last night. Yes, I whispered. We talked about that. He also said, Alden's voice trembled slightly, steadying with effort, that you said you wish you'd married someone more exciting. I felt the room spin, not from drink this time, but because I was fully awake to the weight of my words. Alden, I didn't mean it. I rushed to explain. It was stupid, just a joke. He cut in softly. A joke doesn't undo what you said. His voice was calm, but the quiet hurt was unbearable. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. His quiet heartbreak left me without defense, without excuse. I love you, I whispered. He nodded. I know you do, he said, pausing. But do you respect me? My throat tightened. I reached for him, but he gently drew back. You hurt me, he said, his voice breaking. And the worst part is that I don't think you even realize how easy you said it. Tears stung my eyes. Please let me explain. I'm listening, he whispered. I'm always listening. But no words came that could make me feel deserving of him. Every sentence felt fragile. I was drunk, I finally admitted. He nodded slowly. I know, and I didn't mean it. Another pause. I know that too. Then his eyes softened, painfully tender. But still, you said it. It hit me. Truth doesn't come from drunken slips. It comes from what lives in our hearts. And he wasn't asking if I meant it. He was asking if it had ever been real. I swallowed hard. I was venting. I'm not asking you to justify it, I said. I'm trying to understand what I'm missing, he replied. The humility in that sentence cut through me. He was hurt, yes, but not looking for blame. He wanted to repair what I had broken. My chest ached with guilt and love tangled together. You give me everything, I whispered. Then why did you wish for someone else? I wanted to say I didn't. I wanted to claim it was meaningless. But Alden deserved honesty. I exhaled, finally admitting, I didn't wish for another person. I wished for a version of myself I never became. He furrowed his brows. What do you mean? I feel restless sometimes, I said softly. I blame everything but myself. I call life predictable because it's easier than admitting I'm scared I've stopped growing. And you're the safest, kindest part of my life. But instead of seeing that as a gift, I made it sound like a flaw. Alden closed his eyes briefly, then opened them again, eyes heavy but thoughtful. I never wanted you to feel stuck. You don't. I reached for his hand, and this time he let me hold it. You are the best part of my life. I admitted I was careless and insecure, but I never wished for another man over you. He studied me, searching for cracks in my words, then nodded slightly. It'll take time. I'll give you the time you need. Silence settled, fragile and delicate, as if we were holding something easily broken between us. Do you know what hurt the most? He asked. No, I whispered. You said so easily, he said, like it was comfortable inside you. I realized then it wasn't the words themselves, but the ease with which they came. I reassured him. That version of me, careless and reckless, isn't who I am with you. My truth is that I love you deeply, always, constantly. He looked at me, tender but tired. I know you love me, but love doesn't undo words. I know, I whispered. We rested our hands together. His thumb brushed mine, a small but significant connection. I want us to work. I'll spend whatever time it takes proving that. He didn't smile fully, but he exhaled, letting go of a weight he had carried alone. I realized then love doesn't vanish in one mistake, but trust can fracture with a single careless word, and rebuilding it carefully and patiently is the true work of love.